From the vast sun-baked deserts of Egypt to the bustling heart of the Roman Empire, history whispers on the wind, carrying with it tales of love, ambition, and tragedy. Today, we journey back in time to uncover the story of Caesarion, a name etched in the annals of history, a name synonymous with the promise of power and the cruel hand of fate. Caesarion, the son of Julius Caesar and Cleopatra, a lineage that promised to reshape the world. His birth, a beacon of hope in a world teetering on the brink of change. But as we all know, the path of history is rarely smooth, often paved with the shattered dreams of those who dared to reach for greatness. Join us now as we uncover the mysteries of Caesarion's life, his tragic end, and the enduring legacy he left behind. This is a story of empires at war, of love and betrayal, a story that continues to fascinate and intrigue us centuries later. In the year 47 BC, a child was born in the vibrant city of Alexandria, a city bathed in the golden glow of the Egyptian sun, a city where history unfolded on a grand scale. This child, Caesarion, was no ordinary child. He was the son of Julius Caesar, the most powerful man in Rome, and Cleopatra, the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt. Caesarion's birth was a momentous event, a testament to the passionate love affair between two of history's most iconic figures. Imagine, if you will, the whispers that coursed through the palaces and marketplaces, the speculation that rippled through the very fabric of society. This child, born into such extraordinary circumstances, bore the weight of two legacies, two cultures on his young shoulders. His birth certificate, a tapestry woven from Roman ambition and Egyptian mystique. From his father, he inherited a legacy of military genius, a strategic mind, and an unyielding ambition that had reshaped the Roman Republic. From his mother, he received the wisdom of the pharaohs, the allure of Egyptian diplomacy, and the strength of a lineage that stretched back millennia. Caesarion's early years were spent amidst the splendor and opulence of the Egyptian court. He was raised in Alexandria, a city renowned for its magnificent library, its bustling harbor, and its vibrant cultural life. Imagine young Caesarion surrounded by scholars, priests, and courtiers, soaking up knowledge like a sponge. He was fluent in both Latin and Egyptian, well-versed in philosophy, mathematics, and the art of war. Cleopatra, a shrewd and ambitious ruler, ensured that her son received the finest education possible. She envisioned a future where Caesarion would rule not only Egypt but also Rome, uniting the two greatest powers of the ancient world under his rule. But fate, as it often does, had other plans. Caesarion's childhood was far from ordinary. Imagine growing up in the Palace of Alexandria, teeming with exotic animals, whispering servants, and scholars. His playground, grand halls adorned with hieroglyphics, his toys, miniature chariots, or carved figures of Egyptian gods. Cleopatra, a doting mother, instilled in Caesarion a deep sense of pride in his Egyptian heritage. He was formally recognized as her co-ruler, Pharaoh Ptolemy XV Caesar. However, the shadow of Rome loomed large over his life. Julius Caesar never publicly acknowledged Caesarion as his son, but spent time with Cleopatra and Caesarion in Rome. In 44 BC, the unthinkable happened. Julius Caesar was assassinated on the Ides of March. The news of his father's death must have sent shockwaves through young Caesarion's world. The death of Caesar drastically altered the political landscape and had a profound impact on Caesarion's life. Cleopatra, ever the strategist, knew she had to protect her son. She kept him close, shielding him within the relative safety of the Egyptian court. As Caesarion grew older, the question of his birthright became increasingly pressing. Could he, the son of Caesar, claim his place in Rome? Could he fulfill his mother's dream of a united empire? The Roman world, however, was a dangerous game of power and ambition. Mark Antony, Caesar's former general and close friend, emerged as a leading figure in the Roman Republic. His relationship with Cleopatra, a strategic alliance that brought him closer to the riches and resources of Egypt, further complicated Caesarion's position. Imagine the court intrigue, the whispers of conspiracy, the constant threat of betrayal that hung heavy in the air. Caesarion, a pawn in a much larger game, his future uncertain, his safety constantly under threat. Despite the political turmoil, Caesarion excelled in his studies. He was said to be intelligent, quick-witted and charismatic, much like his father. He participated in military exercises demonstrating both strategic acumen and physical prowess. Cleopatra, a master strategist, used Caesarion's lineage to her advantage, solidifying her power base and negotiating with the ever-shifting factions within the Roman Republic. She presented Caesarion as the true heir of Caesar, emphasizing his lineage and his potential to unite the Roman and Egyptian worlds. However, Mark Antony's ambition posed a direct challenge to Caesarion's claim. Antony had his own children, including a son with Cleopatra, and he had no intention of stepping aside for a boy he likely saw as a threat to his own ambitions. The relationship between Caesarion and Mark Antony was undoubtedly complex. On the one hand, Antony was a powerful figure in Rome, a potential ally who could have helped secure Caesarion's future. On the other hand, he was a rival, a man who coveted the power that Caesarion, by right of birth, could lay claim to. As Caesarion blossomed into a young man, the weight of his lineage grew heavier. He was the living embodiment of Caesar's legacy, a constant reminder of the man who had challenged the very foundations of the Roman Republic. The Roman world, never truly at peace, descended into civil war following the assassination of Julius Caesar. Mark Antony and Octavian, Caesar's adopted son, emerged as the key players in this struggle for power. Cleopatra, ever the pragmatist, initially allied herself with Antony. This alliance, however, was one of convenience, a strategic maneuver in a world where alliances shifted like the desert sands. Caesarion, caught in the crosshairs of this power struggle, witnessed firsthand the brutality and ruthlessness of Roman politics. He saw how ambition could corrupt even the most noble of men, how easily alliances could crumble, and how quickly the tides of fortune could turn. The relationship between Antony and Octavian deteriorated, culminating in the Battle of Actium in 31 BC. This naval engagement, a clash of titans that would decide the fate of the Roman world, pitted Antony and Cleopatra against Octavian. Cleopatra, recognizing the danger they faced, urged Antony to retreat to Egypt, where they could regroup and fight another day. However, Antony, blinded by love or perhaps pride, refused to heed her advice. The Battle of Actium proved to be a disaster for Antony and Cleopatra. Their forces were routed and they were forced to flee back to Egypt, their dreams of a united empire shattered on the shores of Greece. Octavian, victorious and ruthless, pursued his enemies relentlessly. He saw Caesarion as a direct threat to his power, a living symbol of Caesar's legacy that could be used to rally opposition against him. Caesarion's fate was now hanging by a thread. He was a pawn in a game he did not choose to play, his life intertwined with the ambitions and betrayals of those who wielded power in the Roman world. With Octavian's legions closing in on Alexandria, Cleopatra prepared for the inevitable. She knew she could not defeat Octavian in open battle, so she resorted to diplomacy. Caesarion, now 17, was sent south to Berenice, believed to be a safe haven. He was accompanied by his tutors and loyal guards, entrusted with the hope of a future free from Rome. However, Octavian took no chances. He understood the symbolic importance of Caesarion. He dispatched his men to intercept Caesarion. The exact circumstances of Caesarion's death remain shrouded in mystery. Some accounts suggest betrayal, lured back to Alexandria with false promises. Others believe he was captured trying to flee across the Red Sea. What is known is that Caesarion was executed on Octavian's orders. His death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty. With Caesarion's death, Octavian eliminated the last threat to his power. He secured his position as the first emperor of Rome, taking the name Augustus. The story of Caesarion is a reminder of the capricious nature of fate and the fragility of power. He was a young man of great promise, but ultimately a victim of his time. His death marked the end of an era, the closing of a chapter in history. Caesarion's story continues to fascinate and inspire, a testament to the enduring power of legacy. And so the story of Caesarion, the son of Caesar and Cleopatra, ends not with a clash of swords or the roar of legions, but with a whisper, lost to the sands of time. His tragic fate serves as a stark reminder of the often brutal realities of power, ambition, and the fickle hand of fate. We hope this glimpse into Caesarion's life has been as enlightening as it is poignant. If you enjoyed this journey through history, please consider giving this video a thumbs up sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more captivating stories from the past. The music, carefully chosen to reflect the grandeur and tragedy of this ancient world, adds another layer to this historical tapestry. We invite you to delve further into the lives of these historical figures and uncover the many mysteries that still lie hidden within the sands of time.